Okay. Okay, let's get it going. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. My name's Eric. I've made a game. The game is called The Godkiller Chapter 1. It is released. It was 4 years of work. It was a lot of work. But it's out there. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. I've already had a previous stream where I talked about the game. And so I have, for the last 4 years, nearly every single day in the last 4 years, weekends, holidays, etc., worked on the game. And at some points, like in the last year, it's been literally a second job. So it's been 40 hours in addition to the day job, which is 40 hours. That's actually paying the bills. And this has been a labor of love, you know. I'm not about ready to say anything like, oh, I'm going to give up on making like more games or anything like that. Nothing like that's coming up. I'm taking a little bit of a rest. I think pretty well earned. And I'm just going to screw around just a little bit. I'm just going to screw around. Like, it's even hard for me to screw around like other people do. I'll show you what I mean. So first off, after you release a game, and a lot of people have said this before, but after you release a game, it's not quite over. There's press requests. There's all kinds of influencer streamers that say, hey, can I get a Steam key? And you got to deal with that and kind of keep that going, because that's going to bring attention to the thing that you made and all that. And there's people that write nasty reviews, and I was like, people that write really nice, sweet reviews, people that praise you, people that say, your game sucks. Like, all that kind of still keeps coming after the game is released. Anything, it heats up at that point. Because after you release it, you say it's done. It's out there. And so now it's like, it's fair game. You know, if somebody has a bad opinion about your game, well, it's finished, it's out there. So there's no defense in saying, well, I'll fix that problem later on, because you've released it. So I've had to deal with, I won't even say like mean people or nasty people, just people that are just a little bit blunt. And they're not even necessarily saying anything wrong. It's just their opinion. And I don't know, it's a little bit hard at times. And I had to tell myself, stop making your daily happiness contingent upon whether somebody says something good or bad about you. You got to have something in you that's not tied to everyone else's opinions. And that's like a weird thing to be telling myself at the tender age of 49. You know, have some mileage on me. I should know these things, but I have to keep reminding myself. So anyways, let's get up to something. Nothing too heavy. So I click on the button. It says work. In OBS, this little thing I click on says work. And I'm not going to work in this stream. But the pattern is hard to let go of. Because I've had so much fun working on this game. It has at any point in time been the most interesting thing I could do with my time. Not always the most relaxing, but the most interesting thing for me to apply myself to. And that means that when I went on a vacation, I was happy about having lots of extra time to work on the game. So I spent large amounts of time on all my vacations working on the game. So it's just like, I just got these grooves in my brain of just like continuing to work, continuing to do stuff. I need to let it go a little bit. But I'll kind of show you a few things about the game post-release. Yeah, here's the Steam page and all that. And now that it's been released, there's all the Steam achievements that are here. And it's kind of nice to see these numbers go up, because it means that different players are getting further into the game. You can kind of see, oh, it looks like a little less than half the people got to this part in the game that's a little bit difficult to get to. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, I think, do we have some that are at 0? This one I should probably just do at some point just to make sure that it really is achievable. I did achieve it once, and I didn't have like the code in that was going to award the achievement, so I do need to take a look at that. See how it creeps back in? I'm supposed to be relaxing now. But my thoughts just go back to the things I need to do. So fuck that, just, I'm going to let that go. Show you a few other things though. I made something kind of silly. It was for the Discord server. It's just a little graphic that people see when they join the Discord server. I just kind of did it on a whim, but also, again, there's some part of my brain that says, this is useful. This is very useful, but it'll also be fun. So I never want to shut down that part of my brain entirely. It's good to keep myself creating things. That is the kind of person I am, but I do need to take a break from it. So let me see. I'm going to go play somebody else's game and stop thinking about mine for a little bit. I could also show you this other project I started fiddling with, but it's not. Just you get out of that mode. See, I wrote a bug today for my game. You get out of this. I need to really take a break from this. Let me see if I can find Addlemoth. Let me show somebody else's game. I'm just going to play Addlemoth. Alright, let's run the game. I talked to the developer a little bit on a Discord, the Thinky Puzzle Games Discord that he and I both are on. I don't know if he's a he. They are on. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good game. An earlier game that I made, the author of this game credits as an inspiration. The genre, which I wish was a proper genre everyone knew about and was tagging on Steam and everything, is called stepping games. Or maybe steppers. So the way stepping games work is that everything pauses in place until you press a key and then everything updates. Okay, it's got me all the way out here to chapter 3. I'm going to go back to the beginning. All right. I feel like I've been wandering for hours. No, it's a lady. I feel like I've been wandering for hours. I knew when I took this job that I'd need to hire a guide to find my way, but the directions she gave me are barely even legible. I think I'm talking like that because she's got kind of an anime style to her. That's what she sounds like, sort of like an anime character. I knew when I took this job. Anyways, all right. Have to go check out the note. Now, cool thing about these controls, it's arrow keys, right? Okay, no big deal with that. Up, down, left, right. But the way the developer handled diagonal movement is pretty cool under the hood. You won't notice it as a player that much. You might take it for granted what he's doing. But if you press both keys at the same time for up and left, you go diagonally up and left. Diagonally down and right. Okay, that might sound like no big thing. It might sound pretty obvious. But underneath the hood, what the developer had to do was have a small wait window, 3 frames, he said, for receiving input from multiple keys before he enacted it. So instead of just detecting the down movement to go left, he waits just 2-3 frames. It's less than a millisecond. No, it's less than 100 milliseconds at least. And then he just waits a little bit, but you don't detect it. Now, it's also possible, I don't know, I assume it had to be this complicated when he explained the algorithm to me, that he knows what he's doing, but it felt complicated to me. But he also does this thing where it was either the second or third frame, if he gets a conflicting command, he'll actually undo the command in progress. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Oh, maybe I did just for a moment. I think I barely saw it. So if I like intentionally try to click one of the keys just a little bit delayed from the other, he'll start the character moving, and then he'll undo that and then change it to a diagonal. Anyways, very kind of developer geek stuff, but I appreciate it. All right. So what are you doing in this game? Well, this first level, all you're doing is getting down to this little thing here. I'm not even going to bother to read all the scrolls because I've read them all. I've gotten further into the game. And, you know, maybe this will be... if you play the game later, you can read all the scrolls and it'll be something new for you. Okay, so you just get to that. Alright. I'm not going to do the aspiring voice actor thing where I read all the dialogue. I will leave that for somebody else that's playing the game. Alright, so here's like some creatures you fight. Hellhounds. I think I'm going to annoy people by having this stream be in the science and technology category. I apologize for that. I'm just not motivated right now to change the category to whatever it should be. I'm not going to be on that long anyways. Be off in, maybe like 15 minutes or something. I've got a Uber Eats coming right about maybe 15 minutes or so from now. Just getting that up on the screen so I can reference it, so I don't get surprised. Okay. Alright, so what were the commands? Okay, just kind of bang into this guy going forward with your blade going towards him. Oh, but see, here's an issue. This is a thing with stepping games that comes up. Okay. So you think, move towards that dude, except there's one empty space between the two of you. So it's not you're both moving at the same time. It's you're moving first, and then the monster moves. So when I go this way, even though visually it looks like you're both moving at one time, in the underlying physics of the stepper universe, the player-controlled character initiates movement, and the other things react to that movement. So there is a wait key. I can hit space, and then the wolf is right next to me. Now I can hit him that way. If there was no wait key in my game, which is also a stepper, there is no wait key. If there is no wait key, it forces you to get on the right parity. If the other one's odd, then you want to be even, or vice versa, so that you don't have that one square space between you when you go to attack them, and then they just hit you. So that's a common thing that comes up inside of steppers, where if you haven't played them before, it takes just a little bit of fiddling around with to have it feel natural. Okay. Now there's just a shitload of these hellhounds. They're sleeping when they're further away. But if you get close to them, then they'll wake up, and some are already awake. So I'm going to back up a little bit because I figure I don't want to wake up any new hellhounds. And I also try to find like some good cover down here. Okay, so here I can go diagonally up and right, kill one of those guys. Now there's two of them that are right on me, so I could kill one of these two guys. The other one's going to attack me and rip my throat out. I'm not in a good position to attack, so I back up. Now they're more favorably aligned, so that I've got just one next to me and I can kill it. Bye-bye, hellhound. Bye-bye. Okay, now there's the one space problem. I waited, and then the guy went into place. I feel like I need to teach people. I need to teach people about stepping games. Because they don't know. They don't know about them. They're good games. There should be like 100 times as many of them. What's nice about them, they've got that action feel. You feel like stuff's going on all the time. It's not all slow to feel. It's not like playing chess, you know. Well, speed chess, I guess. But it's got that feel of things moving fast, but you can wait as long as you want before you choose what you're going to do. So, although all these wolves are hoarding, the moment's paused, and I can wait as long as I want. I can think about it, you know? So I've always found it a really pleasing design, and that's why I spent like over a decade of my life, now it's got to be close to 2 decades, making this type of game. And you might go backwards in time and say, well, who made the first stepping game? I actually looked pretty deep into that and I never got an answer. But I think the first version would have been something based on a game called Robots Now, or Daleks, or Chase. They're all basically the same game with slight variations. And I talked to people at Dartmouth and people that worked on these really ancient machines and people that were honestly in the end years of their lives because this game went back so far. And I was talking to people that, you know, like engineers on these ancient machines back in the 60s, and it's like ENIAC times, you know. And after a while I just gave up on the search after talking to like maybe 10 different people, because I figured the person who wrote the original version is probably dead now. So I'm just gonna either come up with no information or sad information. Like I'll be talking to that person's widow and saying, oh, I have a box of the punch cards that he made for the game. I'm trying to get rid of them. I'll send them to you. I'm like, no, that's enough. Anyways, stabbing games. My wife, my beautiful wife, my lovely wife, asking me from 2 floors below me if I can bring her a soda when the food gets here. I said, yes, I will. All right. Okay, let's pick another one. It's hard to see which ones are new because I didn't do a reset and it's got all of my old ones. Okay. Skeletons. New type of monster. Alright, so what do we got? We got a wolf over here. We got a whole bunch of sleeping wolves down here. A couple, or one that's not sleeping. The wolves, by the way, they've got pathfinding. They will navigate all these different obstacles to get to me. The skeletons, you'll see them, they don't have pathfinding. They have beelining behavior. They'll just move towards you as though they were a bird, but obstacles will stop them from getting to you. So you say, which one of them is the more difficult monster? Both of them have their own specific threats. So the wolves, you just stab them, they're dead. That's it. Skeletons, unless you've got some power-ups, you can only stun them. So I can hit him again, keep him stunned. I can back away, he starts to recover. Now I'm starting to get worried about the wolves. The wolves have found me. He's got, I think, one more turn to be awake or unhampered. Unless I stun him once more. And then as soon as I start getting into it with these wolves, I won't be able to also spend time stunning the skeleton. So I figure I need to move to a new defensive point. If I can get the wolves in front of the skeleton, that might help. Okay. This isn't bad. Okay, this is starting to worry me. Let's go down towards this one. Kill him. Kill him. Okay. Now I just gotta evade these two guys or three guys and get over to this crystal thing over here, the ward it's called, because that'll destroy the skeletons. Okay. See how the beelining can be used to keep them from following you. So I'm just lining this guy up against that so he doesn't come up here and go in behind me. This guy will get stuck over here. It's another aspect of these games that is important, is that the behavior of the creatures should be predictable, because that allows you, the player, no COVID, that allows you, the player, to make predictions about what the consequences of your moves will be. If they're all random or very complex and hard to understand what they're going to do, the game becomes much less fun. And this has been some trouble in other games I've created, where you want to make like the really smart, artificial intelligence powered creature that does all the nifty things, and then they're not as fun to play with. So there were some elements inside of the Drod series that were like that, which were never that popular with players because they were just a little too hard to predict. Okay, so I go down, hit the ward. I think there's also something in the logic for those hellhounds that if somebody wakes up nearby them, that it'll wake up more. Or if like a hellhound is moving near them, it'll wake them up. Because all those guys in the southeast corner, they all woke up at the beginning. I'm not quite sure what the logic is there. Wait. Okay. All right. So there, I'm using the skeleton as a obstacle to make it so that the hellhounds have to go through a certain path where I can pick them off. I don't have any place to get the skeleton stuck, so I could go back up and stun him, but then he'll just become unstunned. I'm already at maybe a maximal lead on the skeleton, so I figure I ought to keep charging in towards the wolves. Going back shouldn't help me in any way. Oh, except that, the scroll just spelled it out up at the top, and I used this technique once. I can wake these guys up, and then... the timing there is not right. Okay. Here, let's just bring him out here with me. This is very safe the way I'm doing it. I think it has to work. Yeah. Oh. Stun you again. Bam. Bam. But he's back awake again. Here I may have screwed up. I might be dead here. It seems like I'm dead, to be honest. Huh. Okay. I thought I had that one. Now I'm just undoing. Okay. I probably didn't need to undo that far. I mean... Okay. So let me think about this. That didn't work last time. I was missing like one turn. Like I needed one extra turn to kill off the second wolf. Well, what am I going to do different this time though? I need to replace my strategy with a better one, or my tactics with a better one. I think the strategy is right. I think you do use the skeleton to get past these guys. If I charge in, here's what happens. They surround me. And suppose the skeleton was back here, with these two dudes just right up on me, with two of them adjacent to me. I can't attack one and live. So it's not just that the skeleton's right on my ass. It's that there's these two guys here, and they're both adjacent to me, and I can't get them to go in a line unless I use this skeleton to block off their passage or narrow their passage. Okay, so let's do something like last time. I'm just going to try almost the same thing as before. I think there. I just was one turn more efficient. Apparently I still need him though. Do I need this guy to kill these guys up here? Probably I do. It feels like it's the theme of this level. It's going to be continued. Let's see how my food order is going. By the way, this demo that I'm playing is free. You could play it too. It's a very generous demo. You can play the demo for hours. I have already. Some of the levels are a little bit hard for me, to be honest. This URL up at the top, that's how you would get to it, and then it's just free on Itch. The developer is going to make a full version, which, as he's described it to me, will not be hosted from a browser. It'll be a native PC game. I think. I mean, I think if I remember what he said correctly, that's what his plan is. But, okay. They're still preparing my order. Okay, I got some more skeleton fighting time in front of me. So where is the best place for him to be? I can come up here and wake these guys up, but by the time I wake them up, it's going to drag him forward. Oh. Can I get him trapped over here? I don't think so, because I think this gap of squares here, if I had stunned him over here and then just kind of beelined over to here, by the time I got maybe over to here or here, he'd be unstunned and following me. It seems like I could just set up a choke point right here, though. Up here it opens up too much, and there's going to be two ways to get around the stunned skeleton if I stun him over here. But down here there's a little gap. It feels like if I just bring him over here, stun him once, and then walk up enough to wake up just this guy here, that should probably do it. I'm just waiting for him to wake up. Stun. Extra stun. Wake. Oh man. So I go up here and I'll wake that guy up, but will I be able to get back in time? See, now there's a gap. I cannot stay here and fight wolves because eventually the skeleton will wake up and I'll have another wolf present. But he's also not protecting me much with two open spaces to his left and right. Let's stun him one more time. Maybe I can get through this. Maybe it doesn't have to be a perfect choke point. But here, I'm almost certain the two wolves are going to go left and right. Yep, I'll back up, undo one. Okay, let's go take him off this direction. There we go. That was, see, that's the problem. Okay. So wait, when you start getting two or more monsters adjacent to you, that's when it got a little too dangerous. They do this thing where they go alongside each other when they move. Like one doesn't jump in front of the other to single file. Dang it. I felt like I had lucked into a good solution there, but nope. So I suspect his placement point is not good. What if I pause him further back. I don't know if this is going to be any better. So I can pick the place where I first stun him pretty easily. It's much harder to pick the second place where he's going to be stunned. I'm sure I'm overthinking this because I beat this level before. It didn't seem that hard. Probably me talking all my thoughts out while I play makes it harder. And I put him in exactly the same spot as before. Okay. Well, this time I won't hang around so long. I'll just get the fuck out of here. There we go. This isn't bad. This seems like it could work. Yeah, this will work. Okay. Now it's going to be about evading two skeletons and getting around them, because this guy's in my way to get over to the ward, which will kill all the skeletons. I can trap one of the skeletons up here though, and that will make life much easier. His beelining will cause him to get stuck there. This guy, wait. Oh, I forgot. Let's go this way. He's not really that stuck. He's just slightly stuck. Just a little bit of impediment to him. But he will find me again. He's persistent, if not intelligent. Alright. Cool. I really do like this game, too. It's got a lot of small things about it that are nice, and then it's like a puzzles first kind of game. The person making it didn't make like a cool game and then throw some puzzles into it. The person made some puzzles, and the game supports those puzzles. Okay. There's this thing down here in the bottom that says conduct, defeat no enemies. That's a bonus challenge. That's something you don't have to do. But if you want to be extra special, you can try it. Let's see what hand it gives me. Oh, parry time. Oh, I forgot about this command. Okay, let's do space. That doesn't seem like... You can only parry one. You can't parry two. That's my interpretation of what just happened. I know I've solved this before, so I have faith I'll solve it again, but right now it does seem like, what? How does this even work? Oh, I mean, right now I'm gonna get chewed up. That's what I see. The Hellhound's gonna tooth me up a bit. They're so good at attacking me side by side. Okay, I parried one. Okay, now I get it, I think. I bet I could get another one of you dudes stuck. Yeah. One more. You can die. You can die. You can die. Okay. I can't get complacent though, because here come two more, and they're attacking me side by side because that's what they love to do. Like if dogs attack that way in real life, it would freak my shit out. Like you're much too organized. You're not a hound. You're a hellhound. Is what you are. Okay. Do I need this other guy here to help me kill the last two? Feels like they're just gonna go around his left and right and flank me, just like they like to do. Am I right? Yes. And now the last one woke up. That is triple fucked right there. I just kill you. Maybe. No. You won't go in single file. You're just so good at running side by side. Like two little Nazi dogs. There weren't any Nazi dogs in the world until Castle Wolfenstein was built. Before then, they left the dogs out of that training. Diggs, by the way. Hey, you know what's up, man? I just got done making a game, and then now I'm just screwing around. I spent 4 years making a game. I'm playing somebody else's game. So that's also part of my mental recovery, is just like sewing in my own shit for so long. Just thinking about all my stuff. It's just nice to think about somebody else's stuff just for a little bit. So this guy made this game called Addlemoth, and I like it. But it's a little bit hard. It's a logical game, puzzle solving game. I feel like it's only a matter of time before somebody says, science and technology, you're playing a game. Why are you listing yourself under science and technology? I don't feel like messing with it right now. I'm only going to be on for like 20 minutes longer. This is another sign that you've been alone working on your projects for too long and too hard, as you start hearing all these voices. What the whole internet is thinking about different things that you do. Okay, these two dogs, they are a pain in the ass. That one I got rid of. And they just come up side by side. When there's two of them, I can only attack one. The other one gets me. I could try to do something more with this one here. Let's see if I can do something more with him. The idea is, if I can just get those two other dogs to attack me one at a time, I can pick them off. It's just when they double up on me, I'm fucked. So this guy I just parried, which knocks his noggin, allows him to be safe for just a tiny amount of time. The timing is not going to be good on this, though. He's going to recover on the next one. Dang it. The idea was sound, but the timing was wrong. And unlike the skeletons, I can't re-pause him. So now he's ready to kill me again. I can attack him, but I can't parry him unless he's ready to attack me. So how do I get these nasty hellhound Nazi dogs to attack me the right way so I can kill them? It's not fair to call them Nazi dogs. They haven't expressed any ideology. Oh, that's the food. That's the food. I gotta shut it down. I got some food. I'm gonna distribute that food to my wife and myself. And go into our stomachs. Make us feel good. Alright. Diggs, by the way, and whoever else happens to be lurking around, thanks for joining me. This has been a small amount of recreation for a brain that's been too busy for a little while. Alright. I'll catch y'all later. Stopping the stream! Stopping the stream! Stopping the stream! Stopping the stream!